My lips are dry.
If I was to tell you, I feel like committing suicide, what would you tell me?
Bro, you crazy.
How would you talk to me? Nah, I don't feel like doing it for real, but...
No, I'm saying, like, that's how I would talk to you.
That's it.
No, that's how I would start it.
Talk me off the lid.
All right, so, first of all, with me and my personality, and especially those who know me, I can come off like that. On some, bro, you crazy. Again, that's how I'm starting it, though. But the only thing with that is, even though I am going to empathize with however, they feeling or you're feeling to say that or put yourself in that situation, you also got to be realistic. Like, whoever is thinking that, they're tripping. Like, I'm not about to coddle your emotions too much. You know what I mean? I'm going to sit you down. I'm going to talk to you. But you got to let them know they're tripping. In the nicest way. In the loving way. You have to let them know. Like, you have to point out, not really point out all of the positives, but you have to change their mindset. You know what I'm saying? You have to get them to not dismiss all of the negative things that they're going through or they've experienced. Recognize all of those things, but also understand that with life there comes balance. So where you have all of this negativity that might seem dramatized and just you can't control it and it's overwhelming, it's another side of that too. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole positive side where you're receiving blessings that can just bog your mind. It's overflowing, So each person though, I feel like I have a good amount of discernment. So whoever that person may be, I will be able to communicate with them in a way that's catered to them, So again, like when you ask me, the first thing I already know, my tone and everything, bro, you tripping, for real? Come on. But that's with you. If I'm talking to somebody else that's very, very sensitive, I may not come off that strong, but I still will let them know, like, hey, that's not the way to go. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
You're like, go ahead, do it then.
But I wouldn't do... Again, it depends on who you're dealing with, though. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, you might be able to pull that. Like, call they bluff. See what's up. I do that sometimes, too. But again, it depends on the person.
I'm calling everybody bluff.
You think so?
I would. Like, do it. Go ahead. Tell them they got 0 chance of going to heaven.
Why would you...
I said, if you kill yourself, there's no way you're going to heaven.
Bruh.
You don't believe that?
No. I don't believe that.
You don't believe
I don't believe that. I don't
Bible?
believe in the story of heaven and hell. I don't believe none of that.
What you think?
We in that shit right now.
So when you take your last breath, what you think happened after that?
It's just a different dimension that we don't understand yet. We in the 3rd dimension. Who knows what else is out there, what it's like. Because we all we're mass, you know what I'm saying? Everything in here is mass. Made up of mass.
We're going to the 4th dimension.
You know what I'm saying? That's not out of my realm of understanding. I'm open to all that. But what I've been taught when it comes to the Bible, none of that makes sense to me. And it never felt right.
Reincarnation?
Yeah. But how exactly? I don't know. I don't understand. But I do believe that, going back to what I was saying, we are mass. Everything in here is mass. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed. So in some form, we've always been here. So anything else that you tell me, like, again, it's a story. The Bible's a story. You got books of the Bible called the Apocrypha that's missing books of the Bible. So you're telling a story, but you're not telling a whole story. And then you're telling a story that's interpreted from other stories. Like,
you believe
it's just a long game of telephone. And for me, like, why worry about all that?
You believe it's a God and a devil?
No. Like, you're characterizing, you're personifying these
this is so
entities. You're personifying energy. I believe that there's positive energy and there's negative energy. For people to personify those, because when you say God, I'm assuming you're talking about like Jesus. because you say God and the devil. That's like you can't even compare those.
Like
you can
God.
maybe say Jesus and the devil,
like Jesus. That.
but God, that energy, that collective consciousness, I believe that is there. But when it comes to Jesus and the devil, no, I don't believe in that.
You think of Jesus walked the earth before?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like there have been plenty of people who could be referred to as Christ. Like there were people who were referred to as Christ before this Jesus character. You know what I'm saying? So for people to take this one man and follow the stories of him, not follow him because he ain't here. Follow the stories of him till their dying day. But you can't show reverence to the people that you know in your family that came before you and led the way for you. But you can show reverence to this imaginary white man. Nah. Nope. Nope. Like if anything, show me who my greats are. Show me what they did. Show me what influence they had. So that way I can either follow their lead or not follow their lead. You know what I'm saying? Again, not disrespecting this collective consciousness that brings people together. Don't get me wrong, I have reverence for that, whatever that may be. But I don't personify that as a thing, like this man or this woman. You know what I mean?
What's your religion?
And I don't have a religion. If anything, shit, love is my religion, okay? But yeah, the personification of positive and negative energy, that's all it is to me.
They say if you don't believe in God, you're an atheist. What you think about that?
If that's what they want to call it, that's what they want to call it. You can put your name on anything. You can put a title to anything.
You feel like an atheist?
No.
Oh.
Because they say atheists are people that don't believe in God. I believe in what people refer to as God, what really God may be, the collective consciousness. Again, I'm separating Jesus, which a lot of black people want to equate as God. That's not the same.
So you basically don't believe like he created the world in 7 days?
Jesus?
God. And then
Adam whatever that, no. No. Like, no. Like, in my opinion, like, I don't know, I don't have, like, concrete information on, like, yeah, this is how it was created. But when you have things like science and the Bible, and they go against each other so much, I'm more likely to believe science than a fairy tale. Because again, that's all it is. We give power to this story and these words and these, you know what I mean? We're giving it power. But you got science right here in your face that you're choosing to ignore.
I ain't gonna lie, I look at it like it's just stories for like Harriet Tubman,
like fables, like
Martin Luther King. It's just history. That's how I look at it for real. I know it get transformed over time though.
Okay, so like, all right, so with using that example, like I don't know where Harriet Tubman
You believe that
tombstone is. You know what I'm saying?
You believe the story?
Yes and no.
Woo. That's deep.
Yeah, yes and no. And I gotta see that movie too. I ain't even seen the movie. Yeah, like, what was I saying?
So, I just look at it like history. Like King.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, so like Martin Luther King, you know what I mean? He was pretty important, but not as important as Jesus. You know what I mean? So we can easily go to his tomb, Martin Luther King tomb, pay our respects and all that stuff. But when it comes to Jesus, show me where it's at. Oh, but no, he rose from the dead.
You saw Passion of the Christ, that movie?
Yeah, I saw that movie.
I
saw that movie when I was younger and still a little indoctrinated. Hell yeah, I cried. But the only reason why I cried is because it's playing on your emotions. Of course, you thinking that this person, again, already knowing what you know or what you've been told. I'm not going to say knowing what you know. You've been indoctrinated. They're not teaching you. They want you to follow something. So what you've already been told, you're going into this movie with an understanding that this character died for your sins and all that shit, whatever. So now you're going into it and you're visually seeing this. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing this character who you've already put so much power into the character because of what you've been told. So now you're seeing this character, which is some random ass nigga from wherever. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't Jesus. This is a character. Some white man that you can find on the street right now. You see him, and because of the power that you have in your mind, you got your mirror neurons kicking off, and you feeling sad. You feeling like, oh God, this man then went through all this suffering for me. But you don't sit there and cry if you hear about maybe your story of your great who went through this for civil rights. No.
I ain't gonna lie though. When he got crucified, I was like,
bruh.
Them whips.
It's how they showed it. Like,
I believe that. I ain't gonna lie though. I believe that happened for real.
Bruh, I'm not saying that didn't happen. It happened to a lot of people. Just like it happened to the 2 other niggas right beside him. Yeah. It happened all the time. That was nothing new. You know what I mean? So again, like, these stories are stories that may have happened to some people, but putting it all together the way that they've been putting it together is dramatized.
So
like, okay, so how do you feel about Jonah in the whale? Nigga gonna be in a whale for 3 days and then just be spat out. How you feel about that? Scientifically speaking, he ain't get digested.
That seemed like a fairy tale.
Okay, but this is in the Bible, right? So which one? How we gonna pick and choose?
It's all on faith.
Exactly. No. That's what people do. You get to asking these questions, and instead of them giving you legit answers, oh, believe in the Lord. It's the faith. It's this. It's not. You know what? You got a good point. Let's find out what it is. Let's go do it. No. They want to exercise cognitive dissonance and not even try to find out. Because niggas don't want to be accountable. Ooh. They don't want to be accountable for the good that they do. They don't want to be accountable for the negative that they do. If it's good, oh, it's Jesus. Jesus did it. If it's bad, the devil did it. Never them. What about you? What are you capable of? What can you do? And the thing is, people don't understand the power that they have as gods. You know what I'm saying? So they give that power to other things. That's why shit be so out of control. Like, they get mad over stuff. You got control over that. We control that. But no, it's outside to some other entity. But then it's oxymoronic because you got the same Bible that you're like leaning on this person and you're like depending on that person, you know, this character. But then it also says if you take one step first, then he'll take 2. So you need to do some shit first. But no, I'm telling you, bro, it's to me, it's just a book to just keep people here. Not thinking for themselves, not questioning anything. It keeps them afraid. It's like if you start to question anything, then you're going to hell. No. Like, even from the beginning of the story, you can't question God at all. They painted a picture of Eve to be evil. That makes no sense to me. If there is a garden that has been given to you by God, hey, all of this is ours. But you have this one tree, and this tree is of knowledge, of enlightenment. And you telling me that I can't eat from that? You telling me that I can't learn more? I shouldn't want to know more about myself? I'm out here exposed. I'm vulnerable in the ways that I shouldn't be. And you're telling me that I shouldn't find out more about that? And then you got this woman, you got this God, where all life comes from. Forget what they're trying to teach you in this patriarchal society. You have a woman where life comes from. And she's enlightened. She know better. And she know better because of a serpent. But they say the serpent is evil, but the serpent is not evil. Why do you see serpents on the back of ambulance? Serpents are symbols of life, bruh. Look at the back of an ambulance next time you're behind one. You're going to see the 2 serpents intertwined. You know what I'm saying? But no, they're going to teach you with something different. So here she is. She got a symbol of life coming to her, telling her, hey, what, again, it's just twisted. So telling her this is some enlightenment, whatever. She go and give it to her man because she want him to be on the same wavelength. And that's wrong? Nah.
I feel like that's what you did.
Nah.
That's what you did with me with the edibles. It's like I ate off the tree now.
Hey, that's how you feel. I'm saying you enlightened, so you can do with that information, you know, what you want, but you ain't ignorant.
That's how I look at it, though. Like, first, it's like they couldn't really see, but then when they ate the fruit, they can see. It's like maybe he didn't want them to see how ugly the world is. That's how I look at it. It's like strong.
But if you're which is understandable, but then I would ask the question, why put me in the world, which is so ugly? If you don't, you know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. Because this was before she quote unquote sinned, and then now all this stuff is just damned to hell. Why would you even put me in the world from the beginning that's so ugly that I can't eat from something and see that it's ugly? No, don't make sense. Try again.
Would you compare forbidden fruit to drugs?
Not really, no. Maybe different types of drugs, I guess, or what we refer to as drugs.
I wholeheartedly.
Like maybe
sound like
psychedelics. Yeah, psychedelics, because certain psychedelics will open your mind to certain things. Like I've tried shrooms. I've done shrooms and I've done acid. You know what I'm saying? So both of those, especially when you go into it with the intention of wanting to know more, oh my God, it's a great experience. You can't. It's something that has to be done very consciously, though. You know what I'm saying? And not abused. Like if just like they say, too much of anything is a bad thing. So, shit, niggas out here popping ibuprofen and Advil and all that. Like, if anything, you might want to open your mind so you can realize you don't even need all of those man-made medicines. Like, bro, get up and move around, exercise, you'll be all right. Instead, you want to take pain pills and do all this and do all that. No, nigga, get up and move. But the things that make me bitter about religion is, it's just like knowing that I'm taught a lie. You know what I mean? Like, just from the beginning, it never felt right. You know what I mean? As a child, it never made sense. It never connected. It never felt right in my spirit. And if anything started to feel right, it was only because I ignored things that were very in my face. Yeah. You know? So I just didn't like that. I feel slighted. You know what I'm saying? And then I try my best not to blame my mother, because my mother is very religious. Very religious. And it's like I hold her accountable, because instead of her giving me her, you know, rhetoric for what religion is and what she thinks it is, but then leave me the opportunity to think for myself, but kind of force it on me, maybe because it was forced on her, it's like, damn. Again, I can't blame her, because she was only doing what she felt was right. Yeah. But, man. And then when I have two people in the house, like I have my mom who is very religious, and she's telling me all these stories, and every time I got an issue is, you know, pray about it or do this or wait on the Lord or whatever. It was never a real solution. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
that's real though.
Maybe writing names down and putting it on a Bible verse. You know what I'm saying? But not doing anything. So I get the part about intentions, you know, definitely with that, because that's a whole nother conversation too, with like putting intentions out there and certain energy. But you still have to put some sort of act into what you're doing. And my mom, it was just ignore and wait on. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?